These few remaining movies are all about my recommended preference settings, and there's two reasons to take my advice, frankly. One is because you'll get better results out of Photoshop, and the other is so that you and I are on the same page and we eliminate as much opportunity for confusion as possible. So this movie is all about my panel preferences. Assuming you went ahead and set up the one-on-one workspace, go to the color panel and switch it from RGB to HSB. It's a better way of dialing in colors, in my opinion. It's a lot easier to predict. Then drop down here to the Layers panel, click on this flyout menu icon in the upper right-hand corner, and choose Panel Options. Then inside of this dialog box, switch to the large thumbnail display so that you can see big thumbnails inside the Layers panel. Also, I recommend you turn off a couple of checkboxes here. First, turn off Use Default Masks on Fill Layers, and then turn off Add Copy to copied layers and groups. You just don't need the word copy every time you copy something. Then click OK, and you'll end up with this effect here. Now switch to the Channels panel, and in this case, you can just right-click below the names of the channels like so, and switch from small to large. Next, go to the Paths panel, right-click anywhere inside of it, assuming that you don't have any paths inside your open document, and switch from small to large as well. All right, then switch back to Layers, because that's where you're going to spend most of your time. Over here inside the Adjustments panel, I'll click on this Adjustments icon to bring up the Adjustments panel, and then I'll click on the flyout menu, and this assumes, by the way, that you do not have an adjustment layer active inside the Layers panel. Otherwise, you'll see the specifics of that adjustment layer, and you'll need to switch either to a different layer or click the arrow icon down here in the bottom left corner of the panel. However, if you can see all 15 of the adjustment icons, then click on the panel's flyout menu icon there, and go ahead and turn off this command, Add Mask by Default. It serves no function. You can always add masks later to adjustment layers if you want to. And also, this is a personal preference. I'll click on the flyout menu again, and I'll choose Auto Select Parameter, because I like to be able to automatically select the first parameter when I'm creating a new adjustment layer. All right, just a couple of more changes left. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Info panel. And then I'm going to click on this little plus sign there that's got a tiny little arrowhead next to it. And I'm going to switch from inches or millimeters or whatever it's set to for you to pixels, because pixels serves you much better when you're working in Photoshop than some other arbitrary unit of measure. And then finally, I'll go ahead and close the Adjustments panel just to hide it on screen. And I'll go up to the 3D menu and turn off this command, Auto Hide Layers for Performance. What that's going to allow you to do is see your entire layered composition while you're adjusting a 3D layer inside Photoshop. Otherwise, the application goes ahead and hides the other layers in the name of better performance, but I have yet to see it make much of a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that command to turn it off. So those are the interface level preference changes that I recommend. In the next movie, we'll visit the Preferences dialog box.